I should have made this video yesterday. This video is coming to you on August 3rd, 2025. I'm recording this on aforementioned day, but it may be coming to you on a different day, depending on when you need to see it. Understand that all of these videos, you're going to watch them based on when you need to watch them, based on when you not necessarily deserve to watch them, but when your karma has reached a point where you've earned this knowledge. So the number 8 is a number of karma, is a number of what you have on one end of infinity. You have the opposite on the other end of infinity. So positive karma, negative karma. And the number 2 is a number of balance. It is a number of judgment. It is a number of equality. Think about the number 2 being like the number of Libra, the scales of justice. It is a beautiful number. It is symmetrical, similar to how the number 8 is a symmetrical number. The number 2 is a symmetrical number. Discretely, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 and 1 are symmetrical. But what do I mean by balancing your karma? Understanding that your negative karma and your positive karma are things to balance. You may not necessarily be able to go back in time yet and repair or mend or fix the trauma, the karma that you created. The things that you did, maybe things that you did at such a young age, it's too late. The repercussions of those things have already trickled down into generations that are far past you, that are out of your control, out of your reach, physically, spiritually. That just may be the case. So what can you do in that case? What you can do is you can attempt and do your best to balance your karma. The way you balance your karma is just as you imagine. It is by doing equally good things as you did bad. So that energy that you used, that passion, that negative energy that maybe fueled that negative karma, using a similar level of energy and channeling that into good deeds. I will give you, and that obviously would put you at 0. It would like put you at balance, right? What you really want to do is you want to do twice as many good things as you did like a bad thing. So if you like stole $1 for someone, you want to give them $2, or give, if they are out of reach or if they're passed away or they're no longer here, to pay that karmic debt to them. Give that to a charity or give that to a homeless person that is asking for change. So if that's like a simple example, the more simple but also more complex example that is more applicable to you would be, and I say you, and you may say, oh, that's not me, I can't do that, or that's way beyond me. It would be this, recycling. Recycling is a very interesting concept. When you recycle, reusing, repurposing, and recycling, you're doing things in a cycle. So what that means is, are you recycling your karma? Are you doing the same negative karma over and over again and doing the same positive karma over and over again in a cyclical fashion that is keeping you in this recycling? Or is it time to throw that negative karma in the landfill and burn it? and let it go to ash and tar. And the more complex example of this would be, as humans, we recycle plastic, paper, aluminum. We recycle as much as we can, but we also throw stuff away out of laziness, out of convenience, out of necessity. We throw things away that we may be able to recycle in the future, which would result in a karmic debt. So the generations that just threw away a bunch of plastic because we weren't able to throw away plastic, we weren't able to recycle plastic, do those generations have a karmic debt to pay? Yes. How can we ration their karmic debt? Well, we can say that those same people that didn't recycle because they weren't able to recycle, maybe those generations gave birth to generations that created the processes for recycling. And those generations that came before them were then balanced in their karmic debt in some way, shape, or form. So in that way, another way would be thinking of a silly example. So if you know someone that never recycles, they throw everything away, they throw like clean plastic away in the trash that is going to the landfill, and you burn up with rage inside every time you see this happen. You go, oh, they are doing horrible things to Mother Gaia. They are doing horrible things to this beautiful planet that we have been blessed with. Understand that they may, as low of a chance as it may be, how may this person pay their karmic debt, but also pay the karmic debt of everybody around them and every generation after them into perpetuity? This person may create a recycling process that is able to take things from the landfill, convert them to reusable plastic, and boom, their karmic debt, their karmic recycling of that negative karma has been broken. So understand that as low of the odds of that person doing that, depending on who they are, they may have a child, and that child may have a child when they get older, and then that child may have a child when they get older, and maybe in the 11th or 10th generation we have that come into being. But still, that karmic debt would be resolved in that way. Imagine you doing this for your generational karmic debt that has been recycled. The karmic trauma, the cataclysmic and awful things that were done by your family. No family is perfect. You may be an angel. You may be a literal saint. You may wake up in the morning, look at the clock, and only ever see angel numbers all day. You may miss every appointment you have by exactly the amount of time it takes for an angel number to appear when you check the clock. So you may be that level of divine. Even so, your family, your generational tree has karmic debt. So how do you pay that karmic debt? The most precise way would be to find out where that karmic debt really is. So speaking to your family, speaking to your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, if they're around, doing some investigative work and understanding the types of industries that your family was in, the types of people they associated with, the possible negative karma or repercussions that those industries or people may have spurred into existence that may be things that you carry through your karmic DNA. So understanding that these are all things that you have the power to balance. And you may say, no, Mateus, no, I work a full-time job. I work 60 hours a week. I go to the gym. I have a wife. I have a girlfriend. I have kids. I have a husband. I have a boyfriend. I have all of these things. How do you expect me to investigate the karmic debt of my generational family tree? I don't expect you to. I could care less. I do care. But I'll wake up tomorrow and it won't really affect me. But what it will do is it will affect you. I'm not expecting that of you. I'm not. You are. Subconsciously, you are. Subconsciously, you understand that you are the most evolved species on this planet. Obviously, you have octopus and you have fungi, and they're like super intelligent. But still, who's the real powerhouse of this planet? It's Homo sapien. So subconsciously, you understand that this is a debt that you are able to pay. This is something that you are able to resolve because you are God. You are omnipresent. While you are on social media, you are all over the globe while being in one location. So understand that. Understand that resolving your karmic debts and your karmic balance also is about physical debt. The debts that you accrue through your life, after a certain amount of time, they may be absolved from your credit report, but still, are they really absolved from your mental credit report, from your subconscious credit report? Are you indebted to these companies into perpetuity? Are you going to walk into that department store where your credit card was charged off and sent to collections? And are you going to walk into that store of peace of mind into the rest of your life if they continue to stay in business? Or are you going to hold some type of grudge against yourself, some type of subconscious punishment that you give yourself every time that you step through those doors? How do you resolve that karmic debt? Well, the simple way is just to buy something, bro. Just go in that store and just like spend some money and just say, hey, I may have had this credit card charged off when I was 18 because I didn't understand what credit was, and it ruined my credit. It also may have or may not have hurt this conglomerate of a company, this megalith of a company, but I will feel better if I go in this store and buy something for 20 bucks because I'm keeping a fraction of these lights on. I'm keeping a fraction of these employees employed. It's as simple as that. It goes into your relationships as well, in the sense of understanding that the karmic debt, the karmic balance that you accrue in a relationship would be if you acted poorly with a previous romantic partner, someone that you loved, if you were abusive, if you were negligent of certain things, you are able to balance that karmically through good things, through being affectionate, through being caring, loving, thoughtful gestures that you are able to do with your current partner. Understanding that person that you dated in high school that you maybe cheated on, that's not something you can necessarily go back and fix. I mean, you could hit them up on Facebook, right? Or like wherever you hit them up and be like, yo, so sorry about that. I feel so bad. I should have never cheated on you in gym class, you know? But the reality is, like, that may cause more harm than good. You may be causing a harmonic, karmic imbalance by resurfacing in their life. So how do you fix that? How do you set your subconscious straight? How do you keep those imps, those nightmares away? Simple. You just be loyal. Just be loyal to your current partner. And karmically, you'll be balanced. Because, yeah, this is all about correcting yourself. This is all about rewarding good behavior. And you will reward your own good behavior subconsciously, which will come through your conscious mind, which will come through physical manifestation, which will come through to your physical being, into how you feel, how you act, how you portray yourself to others. This is all. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day. Have the best day. It was amazing to speak with you. And thank you.